Hello, guys. Welcome back. We're here for another interview at the Staking Summit 2025 here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. With me is Amir, CEO and founder for Buffer Labs. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So, I think to start with, for people that don't know what Buffer does, it would be nice for you to kind of give us a brief explanation of what do you do in the industry, what have you done yourself, and kind of like the history of how you got to where you are now.
Absolutely. Uh, Today, Puffer is the premier infrastructure for yield and uh, accessibility for digital assets. What Puffer started as was a first permissionless liquid staking protocol. Back in the year 2024, we have seen like one of the biggest growth in that sector at Buffer itself, and we decided to take our expertise and expand to further needs of the industry as a whole, especially with institutions entering in first.
All right, interesting. So you started as a liquid staking protocol, right? Now you're kind of evolving into offering more infrastructure type of products, I would imagine, right?
Correct. Like especially like with our expertise and experience, like we've seen that there is a lot of demand for the knowledge that we had building like complex infrastructures for easy access. And we took that to the next level and started, for example, launching our own chain stack, like which is unified today, which is a base roll that is connected to Ethereum. We have launched institutional staking, which is basically a white glove service in a non-custodial format for staking our institutions. And we do believe these two are going to really help onboard whoever needs to build their next generation of infrastructure on top of Ethereum. So,
All right. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think it's how the ecosystem as a whole matures, right? We start with a very simple idea of liquid staking, where okay, you don't have 32 ETH to run a validator. Okay, you can use a smart contract, right? Simple interface, but allows for more people to come in. And now I think little by little, we're kind of evolving and offering a lot more. I say we, of course, I mean you and everyone here that is building on the stake ecosystem. So I heard from what you guys are doing that you're now going into this new bank infrastructure. It's kind of like your big bet now. I would like you to kind of explain a little bit of why you're doing this and what it is. Yeah?
absolutely. I always like whenever I start talking about neobanks, I always want to first explain like what it is, right? Like this is going to be a new way of thinking about banking. Like it's usually harder to explain to the normal day-to-day user what the future of finance is going to look like with the entry of crypto. That's why we start using the term neobank. You're going to do your finances, your P2P transactions, or sending money or anything else in a different way. So neobank, in short, is the new way of doing finance with the adoption of crypto in it. And if you want to really like observe the behavior of the market in the past year, you see that our entry point, our Trojan horse of crypto to enter point to institutions was always, for example, the stablecoins. Stablecoins were the beginning of this idea of neobanks. Crypto cards were the other one as well. And that's where we also thought a lot about this and said, okay, how can we be a big part of that? How can we be a big player of that? Every bank or a neobank needs some fundamental infrastructures to operate. With the adoption of crypto, it needs its own stable. It needs some currency, some store of value to enable for its users to communicate and use. In addition to that, it needs a very high throughput environment that users can send and receive funds from. If we establish Ethereum as the most trustless layer of doing so, it is not the cheapest layer of doing so. That's where we come in by, for example, launching our own base roller. This base roller is a fully composable stack with the Ethereum L1, meaning that you can, with no sacrificing of the UX, you can go between the L1 and the L2 from the most trusted layer to a cheaper and more scalable layer. This chain can handle payroll scale payments with very almost cheap or free fees. It depends on the infra provider if they want to make it even so free of operations because of the technology that we integrated into. In addition to that, you need sustainable yield from the gold standard store of value assets like Ethereum. Ethereum staking or other assets that can provide you with very high quality of collateral as well. That's where the puffer liquid staking product also comes into play. So we provide this infrastructure for any institutions or anyone who is tending to launch their own neobank for user to actually do it in a very seamless manner. Of course, like I do believe today, like the only thing that probably we know the most about neobanks is stablecoins and cards,
Yeah.
but that's just the beginning. Your neobank in the future is going to start offering you more financial paradise. It might even offer you your own trading risk. It might even offer you a cryptics. Maybe JP Morgan wants to deploy their
Mm.
trading platform on
Interesting.
top
Yeah.
of this, right?
Interesting.
JP Morgan is a bank. People didn't know. It's a bank, but they do have their own trading platforms. They do have other offerings as well. But all of this needed to come to crypto is actually a scalable an environment that can replicate what is probably today enabled in an easy manner for the user to be able to be enabled on top of crypto. So you can actually break crypto into the today's narrative of banking and investment.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting to hear. So what I'm hearing from you is like you feel like in the future and not that far away from now, we can actually transition from traditional banking to like doing finance solely on the blockchain, right?
Correct.
Within this ecosystem, and what you're building essentially is a way for any bank or any institution to deploy these systems that allow users to go in and the lending, the stablecoin payments, whatever, right? Have a crypto card and all of that.
Absolutely. Yes, that is the plan. And you do have brandings for this as well. For example, if you as an institution is trying to launch your own blockchain, we call it ProMax. ProMax is an infrastructure that enables you to even do privacy preserving KYC for your users to do activity on your chain.
On-chain KYC.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So this is, for example, fully end-to-end private KYC that your identity is not being given up. And you can actually start interacting with this, and we call it ProMax. ProMax is an institutional version of our unified stack. So we have been launching and working with many institutions on their way of becoming the real bank.
All right, that's so cool, man. I really like hearing about you guys. This is the best time of the year for me because I get to sneak peek a little bit into the future and understand what's coming. Thank you for that explanation. I think everyone kind of understood what you're talking about. Now, to ask you like a more broader question, we went into this right now, but is there anything else that you see like in the future of the crypto or the not crypto staking ecosystem that is coming that we haven't mentioned yet in this?
Absolutely. I do believe staking is going to evolve, certainly with the way that also Ethereum itself evolves. With the upcoming upgrades in the next 5 years, for example, on lean Ethereum, and staking is also going to change drastically.
Okay.
To give you a little sneak peek of what lean Ethereum is going to look like, I start by saying what was the purpose of doing lean Ethereum, which is an effort led by Justin Drake at the Ethereum Foundation. He's a researcher there. The idea behind the lean Ethereum is we're going to have some specialized nodes that are going to run ZK heavy software as essentially the provers. This enables us to run a verifier, which is a much lower weight software on our Apple Watch, on our phones, and not anywhere else. So you can see that already Ethereum is going to have two classes of nodes moving forward, which is going to evolve the staking infrastructure as well. The reward system is also going to evolve. So I am very much excited about that future. I do believe proof of stake is going to be looked at in a different way. It's a quite bullish move as well because Ethereum is going to scale more. It's going to be cheaper to use, and also it's going to create the foundations for privacy and other exciting upgrades that are coming in. So maybe in the next 5 years, we're going to start thinking differently about our favorite listed staking platforms. We're going to start thinking differently about how we utilize the block space as well. Today, not that many folks talk about access to block space. Block space is going to have a much different value in the future. Like today, it's much simpler, much easier, the way that we build blocks. But in the near future, folks are going to be paying for these block space, paying to do their transactions better. Our financial system, pre-neo banking, is quite simple right now on chain. We're not doing complex trades just yet on Ethereum, especially maybe on Alt L1s or hyperliquids in other
Hyperliquid.
places. Yes. But today, the value of block space is not yet realized in its full capacity.
Yeah.
So I do believe that's going to be the two main factors that are going to change state.
All right, man. Amazing answer. It's been really interesting hearing you speak. I appreciate you doing this interview with us. I'm sure whoever is watching will always also appreciate. So I'd like to thank you for joining us. Maybe if you have like a final comment to whoever is listening, where to find you, maybe.
Absolutely. Just go to our website, offer.fi, try our app, try staking in our app. We'll have launched like I do tell everyone about like probably 90% of everything that comes to Puffer has been done for the first time. So if you would like to get an experience of engaging with our rewards program, our governance, we built our own governance basically on our website. That is a rewarding governance program for users that interact with our platform as well. So read the docs as a developer, read the docs on Unify Stack. If you're interested in launching your neobanks, get in touch with us. And of course, give us a follow on our Twitter, puffer_finance for our latest updates.
All right, Amir. Thanks a lot again, and we'll see you around. See you around soon.